What's up, guys? No intro today. Obviously, I'm out of town. I'm on another planet today.
That threw me off.
Yeah,
That threw me off. I was
here we are.
well.
I hope the sound quality is good for you guys. I hope that hope it all works out. I'm on the internet at the hotel, so if we have technical difficulties, you guys gotta bear with us, but we'll get through it as we do everything we do. So, what's up, sir? What's going on in your end?
I'm doing great. It was a really fun week. We had a lot of different mods for the week. Definitely, like every single week the past 3 weeks, like the way to cap it off is with Mando. So I'm really excited to speak with you about that. I know you're not at your humble abode. You're somewhere else right now. Yep. I really hope you can tell everybody where you're at. We all know it was a little secret that we kept between us.
Yeah, we so real quick, what was your favorite mods that you had this week? Because I missed a lot of streams.
So every Friday we bring out the funny, goofy ones. So on Friday we had Pickle Rick, we had we had a Fall Guys one replacing Lando, Pineapple Lando. We had Darth Malgus. Star Killer at one point, and a few others. So
that Darth Malgus must be real cool.
No, the Darth Malgus one is sick. A lot of people, those that aren't really into the lore, replaced it. They thought it was Vader without a helmet, so that was pretty funny. Yeah. But besides that, it was awesome.
So Malgus replaces Vader.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Malgus replaces Vader. There's a Revan one that replaces Kylo Ren as well. Yeah. There's a lot of old Republic ones. I had issues with the Nihilist ones. The Nihilist one replacing Dooku, so I'm trying to get that one in for next week. So that would be a lot of fun.
It's weird that he replaces Dooku because he's not really like a finesse type guy. He's just more Force user. But I guess because of the lightning.
Yeah. And then there is one that I wanted to test out. It's a Palpatine one that replaces Dooku with a saber. So that's one that I really want to.
That'd be cool.
Explore. Okay, so tell everyone where you're at. Tell everyone, please, because I'm the only one who knows. Myself and you, Tor, are the only ones who know.
Yeah. So this was months ago, guys. Before, keep in mind, I respect the coronavirus. I don't just go out of my way for it. But we planned this months ago to go to Disney. So, and then lo and behold, the week before we go, the virus pops up again, as bad as it can be. So, but we're being safe. We have masks. We're doing the protocols that they're telling us to do. But yesterday went to Galaxy's Edge and we got some assets for the stream and for the podcast in general. So, at the end of the stream, we're going to have a pretty nasty announcement for a giveaway. I think everyone that is a supporter of this podcast is going to be very happy with the giveaway. And I hope someone that supports us from the first podcast to the end gets it, but it'll be up for grabs. We'll see.
I'm going to show because we are going to be doing a giveaway today. So I am going to pull that up. As a matter of fact, we're going to be doing a giveaway for a Bo-Katan Season 7 Siege of Mandalore Funko Pop. So let me just pull up an image of that, of how that looks like.
Bo-Katan.
And all you need to do is say in the chat giveaway, and we can do that. That's towards the end if you like. Here we go. This is it.
Yeah, share the screen and I should be able to get it up there.
There you go. That's it. That is the Funko Pop giveaway for today.
So clean, man. I like the shield on it.
Yeah. I just ordered, they all come, it's a huge package that comes in tomorrow. I ordered 3 of those, 2 of the Season 7 Ahsoka ones. So, those that want to be a part of it. What do you want to do that towards the end of stream?
Right when we finish at the end of the show.
That works. Perfect. Okay, sick.
So real quick before we'll hop into the actual talking portion of this, but I have to show Serps this. I told him I would. So we got the holocron for the podcast and for the stream purposes. But so if you don't know, if you guys never seen this before, it might be really loud. I'm sorry if it is, but when you open it up, you get Obi-Wan Kenobi.
This is Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. I regret to report that both our Jedi Order and the Republic have fallen, with the dark shadow of the Empire rising to take their place.
Don't tell me what I think it is.
So I went and did a little game of chance, and luckily,
oh my God, you got a white Kyber crystal, didn't you? You're gonna put the white Kyber crystal inside, and it's gonna say what I think it's gonna say. I'm gonna leave.
Just wait.
I haven't been a Jedi for many years, but I still serve the will of the Force.
Oh my God!
I was gonna keep going until I got it.
Stop, because we already know what's coming this week. I can't take this train of emotions.
One more, and we'll start the podcast. I promise. Hang on. Come on, you can do it. She's not gonna let me. She's with you. She's with you, bro.
Since we're talking Galaxy,
was an unconventional Jedi. I followed his
We'll leave it at
lead,
that.
which
All right, since we're talking Galaxy's Edge, I actually have like 25 things over there from the Galaxy's Edge. But since we're talking Galaxy's Edge, I did get 3 things from Galaxy's Edge. Like pride myself on. 3 things I got. I got this book. I got the Ahsoka book. Oh, this thing is This is like my most prized possession right here, though.
Love it.
This is my most prized possession right here.
I don't have my saber with me.
Yeah, I know, but you have something else that will be very nice towards the end, and then I got this cool thing as well, and then
so you said he sets his controller, and Ahsoka guards it while he goes to sleep. So
that's very true. Yeah. I keep my controller like on the little thing. Yeah, I keep it I'm very anal when it comes to everything. I keep things very organized.
All right, so chapter 4. Or chapter 12. We're chapter 4.
Yeah, episode 5.
Mm-hmm. And then so it's chapter 12, the siege, which is kind of, when I seen it at first, I was like, well, what are we sieging? What's going on here?
Nice nod.
Yeah, so it was
my favorite.
Overall, where do you rank this episode out of the 4 that we have?
Out of the 4, I'd rank it third.
Wow.
I ranked the last episode 3 was my favorite. Episode 1 was my second. And then the second episode was obviously more of a filler for me. I did like this one a lot. I think it took a direction that none of us knew. I think some people expected to see her at the beginning of the episode. Some people expected to see her at the end. You and I said last week we're not seeing her at all. We were right.
Which I'm glad, because if we had gotten Ahsoka this episode and I was at the hotel room with this quality setup and the epic proportion podcast that we would have had she been on it, I would have been pretty upset.
So I'm very happy the way the episode turned out. I think the end of the episode like really left us on like a cliffhanger. It had like the nerd, like the Star Wars nerds like us, like really on edge. Like what was that? So we'll obviously get into that.
So my ranking is you're not gonna like this, but it's episode 1, this episode, then episode 3, then episode 2 so far. And then, man, it's because I watched it over and over. Yeah. And the Bo-Katan episode it's great. I loved it. Mm-hmm. But when you watch it as much as I have, and I know you have, you have like 10, 15 minutes of acting, and then the next 25 minutes is action. Yeah. There's a lot of moments where you're just like, what? Like I have to Google like this lore stuff.
Yeah,
just to make sure I'm right. So there was a lot of moments in that.
I know. I liked it a lot. I mean, I like all of them a lot. Like the thing is about episode 3, what stuck with me is obviously like we got her character, but like, God, it's just like the soundtrack, the action, and like that action just has such a like, it sticks with me so much. Like in episode 1, you saw that action. There was some points in episode 1 where it was really slow. When they were moving all the Tusken Raiders and all that, there were some slow parts, but I know what you mean. But I know episode 1 was your favorite. I know for sure it was your favorite. Yeah, I don't think that's going to change until next episode. Next episode is going to be your favorite one.
So we're on the Razor Crest. The Razor Crest is still damaged. He's heading towards what we thought is Corvus, but he's having some technical difficulties. So he he enlists the child for help, and this part really shows that the child is a kid according to his species, but that species is really intelligent. So they pick up. He obviously understands galactic basic, so he understands that perfect.
Yeah.
But he's still defiant, and he still wants to just do his own thing. So he's in kind of like the internal workings of the Razor Crest, and he's like the red and blue wire.
And he keeps
he's just not like. I know he understands him. I don't know if he's just not listening to him, or if he just wants to do his own thing. What do you think about that?
I think he's on the loose. I think he's like, it's like literally like when you were growing up, it's like a phase like you just go through where you just don't listen. Like you just do your own thing. Like you saw that in episode 2. I keep saying it. Episode 2, it was a filler episode, but like you saw his character development. You saw how the little kid would not listen to him. He just did his own thing constantly. So you see some of the here, and like now Mando's like, I actually need you. Like actually play your role. And like, he's a little like, he's 50 years old, but like, he's slow. Like he's rough around the edges. Like, you know what I mean? So,
and you can tell it was just a really good scene because like we get Pedro Pascal dialogue, but I feel like he kind of just free flowed with this one. I feel like he really wasn't reading. He has one-liners in the entire show. He's like weapons are my religion, or you either go with me cold or warm. In this one, I feel like he was actually having like a full dialogue, like telling the child what to do. I bet you when we look back at the little documentaries that they do for the Mandalorian, we'll find out that this one was kind of a free flow conversation.
Well, they said it in the gallery. They said they're like, yeah, like with his character, it's so hard, like for him to interact because he has a helmet on. So like they said, like little things like when he nods his head, it shows emotion. So like they mentioned that within it. So like obviously episode 8 when all that stuff was going on, maybe the child saved the fire, all that. Yeah, all that stuff, and Mando was like struggling to breathe. Like his little head nods and all that stuff, you don't even think about it as a viewer, but you feel like his emotion and stuff like that. So they take a very careful approach with like how they like interact with him, how many words he says, because he's quiet. The guy is quiet. Like in season 1, he was quiet. Like now you're getting more dialogue with him, like you said, and in this episode specifically with the child, it's like more interaction between those two.
And then the very next scene, he pops his helmet just a little bit to get some tea or whatever.
And he like little kid looks under like that, like tries to see his face.
Yeah.
And then we still don't know, like does he show his face in front of him? Like we don't even like off screen, like what happens, you know? Does he consider him like a living thing ever since he, you know, did it in front of IG-11? So those are like little things that we might find out soon. And you know, I'm sure I wasn't the only one watching that like
when you look at that scene in particular, so the child is starting to say baby words. Yeah. I feel like he's trying to say in a lot of things. And then Din is getting more comfortable around him, so he's starting to take his helmet off piece by piece. So the two, as a whole, their character development's really getting up there. And I still think by the end of the season, he will take his helmet off in front of the child, and the child will call him dad. But I'm banking on these two things. Like seriously,
the season they're not going to be together.
Well. Then you'll see the child from across the galaxy go.
No, I think they will. I know that's a good conversation for another time, but I think they will be together at the end of the season. There's no way, as from a marketing standpoint for Disney, there's no way they're going to let go of that thing as a character. Like
no,
the Phantom Menace would revolt.
The story
the next season.
The story could have, if you look at it, like let's say they killed the child. The story and the type of reaction they would get would be one for the books, but also it would halt in the long scheme, they wouldn't make as much money, and they're not gonna do that.
But the thing is, it's like I wasn't even saying like he would die. I was just saying like, you know, the goal of the season is for him to find other Mandalorians and to find he did. Now he's finding a Jedi to deliver the child. A lot of people think that the child will actually get delivered and that's it. But there's no way. I'm not believing that for a thing. I do think their relationship will be a little bit tested somehow. I still feel that way. You know, and one thing that's really like what has me mind blown is that the fact that we saw the whole entire trailer already. We don't know anything. These next 4 episodes, we don't know a thing. Like we saw the 4 episodes. We saw everything in the trailer. Like I literally looked back on the trailer last night and the night before, and I was like, hey, like, is there anything I missed? Maybe there's like a little piece. There was like one little one where I saw some boots walking, but like besides that, like I didn't see anything that like could be in the next 4 episodes. Everything that we've already seen, we've seen absolutely everything. So now I'm like what's next? Battle of Corvus, you know? So
yeah, there's no planets, there's no locations, there's no scenes that we know of that are out there. So which makes me think that these next 4 could really be more Ahsoka, more Bo-Katan, more of these characters that we thought we're never going to get, and then more locations that we've never seen before, and maybe a full-scale battle.
We are going to see Bo again. That's for sure. She even, Katie Sackhoff even mentioned it. She's like, yeah, her character, her attitude could either work in her favor or go against her favor. So we're 100% going to get her. And that Darksaber is going to have a huge role. The second thing is I think Ezra might show up. There's a chance that he might. And if those that don't know who Ezra is a main character in Rebels and Star Wars Rebels that takes place after the Clone Wars. And the way Rebels ended, spoiler warning, the way Rebels ended, Ahsoka and another fellow Mandalorian, Sabine Wren, went out and go search for him. So that search is still up in the air.
Before I forget this one, because it's something I definitely want to, when I just rewatch this, I'll remember it. If we do not get other Jedi as soon as we meet Ahsoka, or whatever they're called now, Ahsoka's new order, whatever. And then if something happens to the baby Yoda, like Moff Gideon, she's gonna look for help, and I think that's where they bring in Ezra and maybe another Force user, because then she'll be like, well, we have, because you remember we were talking about how Ahsoka's around the age of 50. The child around the age of 50, he very well could have been born at the Jedi Temple before Order 66. So she might know who he is. And then if he gets kidnapped from Moff Gideon, she's like, okay, I'm going full Ahsoka mode. We have to save him, but I can't do it alone, and I can't do it with just Mandalorians either. I need Ezra Bridger, or Sabine Wren, because she can help unite the clans once again too. So there's a lot of things there too.
There's no way that, from what we saw at the end of this episode, that Ahsoka and Mando can take down the entire order of Moff Gideon by themselves. I'm not doubting them, but I don't know. They have to have some type of reinforcements. They have to have something over there that we have no idea about, and that we're going to know this week's episode, and it's going to be directed by Dave Filoni, supposedly. So...
yeah, and then there's another thing that when we get to that final reveal of this one, I'll be able to explain a little bit more why they need a little bit more firepower than just some Mandalorians. So what happens next? They just go straight to Navarro. He says to the child, I'm going to go hang out with our buddies at Navarro, and he's just like, those little child talk.
They have that small scene with the little, I don't even know what to call it, the rat and Cara Dune, that little small scene. When I saw that scene, I thought the armor was going to show up. I love her a lot. I really love that character a lot.
It did look like they were in the Mandalorian enclave down there.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I really hope that she shows up at one point. I don't know. I feel like she had a really strong role in season 1. I don't think they would just kill her off. So hopefully we see her again. The armorer. But yeah, it just goes right into it. Grief Karga and Cara Dune. It felt like a reunion again to see the three of them together. And this episode was actually directed by Carl Weathers, so that was actually amazing. He's so talented. That was really cool. They greet each other, and then right away we see that little red alien giving her a dirty look. You already knew. Everyone
as soon as I seen that little scum, I was like, he's gonna betray Din for sure. Someone made a comment too when we were watching on the watch party that they thought it was the alien from Squadrons. I think it's just the same species. I don't think, because I'm pretty sure that alien was a rebel. So
and literally it was so funny because we all had the same reaction in the watch party. We're like, oh yeah, that's just a little look, you already know. And I called it from the beginning. I'm like, it's a tracking beacon. It's a tracking beacon. It's a tracking beacon.
Typical Star Wars. They gave 2 nods there. Typical Star Wars with the tracking beacon, and then they're bringing in. If you don't play Squadrons, there's an alien. I'm pretty sure he's on the Rebel faction, and he's an X-Wing pilot. So it's so cool. Like if you're playing Squadrons and now you're watching Mandalorian, everything is coming full circle.
You even were making fun of it. You even get like a dogfight type of scene towards the end of the episode a little bit too. Like
we'll get into that, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that was really cool.
I rewatched that scene, so we'll get there. So she beats up those goons, which is a pretty awesome fight. I really like how the theme of these shows is, okay, episode 1, we're focusing on Mando. Episode 2, we're kind of focusing on the child. And then now we haven't seen Cara Dune and Grief Karga, so this episode was really all about them too.
Really cool little point that I've, now that you're saying that, it kind of it lets me bank off of that. In episode 3, you see Mando with a squad. In episode 4, you see Mando with a squad. In episode 3, he was more of a background character. In this one, he's more of the leader. So it's you kind of see a little bit differences, depending on the group of people he's with. So it's really cool to see him leading the charge. Because they were coming to him in the episode, we need your help. We can't do this without you. There's an Imperial base over there. We need your help. Same thing in episode 3. Bo was we need your help. You do that for me. We do this for you. But Bo was calling the shots. She was taking the charge, everything like that. This episode more, you got Mando and Commando, I feel a little bit more. So that's one thing to look at. And then what do we do from there? We move on. You see how different the town looks. The town looks like it's a whole different thing. In season 1, it looked so depressed. It looked so like everything was destroyed. It was so it was whatever. Now it's you see the festival, you see the banners, you see the the children and like everyone's just so happy. So it's like totally different. And you see the little school, they made a school, and then the child goes into the school.
That's the coolest thing. The school is literally the room where Din almost died.
That's literally, yeah. So that's crazy to think. And like they literally transformed that room into like, you know, like there's a bunch of kids in there. And then like obviously you get that little funny scene where the child's like sitting there asking for food. He sits in the chair like he's like a little student in a classroom.
There's a very brief when he goes in there, he sees the kids and then they say like leave him there. There's a very brief, like you can't see it because he's wearing the helmet, but you can tell he like looks at the droid. The teaching droid,
I didn't know
that. And he's like, he doesn't say it out loud, but you can just tell he's mad that there's a droid teacher.
I thought something was gonna happen to the child. I really thought, like, I was like, yeah, there's no way he's making their out there alive. But you see how like overprotective he is. He's like a father.
He's like he uses that line again. You know, wherever I go, he goes. And then they leave the child there, but beforehand, there's a lot of good. Somewhat lore that the droid is teaching the students. They're going over hyperspace lanes, which is always good to know if you're deep into some deep lore, because the hyperspace lanes are used for everything, wars, battles, trades. So they use the Hylian way. I'm pretty sure I butchered that name. And they also use the Arcades Maelstrom, which is a nod to Solo, the Maul. So it's really cool to see that stuff like that.
One thing. This is the first time we see the child use the Force whatsoever.
Oh,
in the entire season. It's the first time we've seen him use it.
So he uses the Force, and he used it in front of everybody. And then also, what we were saying in the last episodes, we thought that maybe Din had a secret talk about, hey, don't use the Force. But obviously, either he is rebelling and doesn't care anymore, or he didn't have that talk. So
that's crazy. It's crazy to even think about. Yeah. It's the first time we've seen him use it. Yeah, moving on from there, they leave. Then they basically have a little talk, like, hey, this is how it's going to go. We got to lead this heist, whatever. We see, what's his name again? The fish. I don't even know what kind of species he is. The fish guy from episode 1.
The blue guy?
Yeah. Grief Karga's just bossing him around.
Real quick, I want to squash not a rumor, just someone was saying that they think that he was outing the Razor Crest as soon as he got there, like he's playing both sides again. And then, but Grief Karga immediately follows up with, he's my books guy, he's my records guy now. So he was just recording the Razor Crest. Like I take it as someone was at, hey, who's driving this Razor Crest? We need to make sure we log it properly. Yeah. And then he says, well, the last time the Razor Crest was here, it wasn't. He looks up and Din's in his face, and he's like, and then he does something out of his neck, which we all know was an alien way of doing something else.
That was really weird. That threw me off. Everyone was like, what is that? But like, it was cool to see him again. He's literally Grief Karga's puppet, though. Wherever Grief Karga has him by the ropes, tells him anything to do, he does. So that was really funny.
350-year life sentence.
They lowered it a little bit, right? Like on their way. Yeah, they lowered it.
Yeah, so that was a little theme in the next couple minutes. Anytime he neted something, he'd be like, I'll lower it a year. I'll lower it
100 years for you. Yeah. So obviously they go towards the base. I kind of like when they arrived at the base, I kind of like had a feeling already. Like when Mando was like looking, I'm like, yeah, he's gonna jetpack out of there. I seen this in the trailer. He's just gonna jetpack any second, and he did. He just launched it up there. They all got up there through the elevator. Everyone was dead already. It was definitely active though. That was one thing. They said it was abandoned. It was not abandoned whatsoever.
Yeah. So when he shoots up there, man, I don't know. I'm a sucker for sound bites, and the sound of the jetpack just flying up there. They don't use music or anything. Like normally in Star Wars, they'll be blasting music, right? He just shoots up there, and then it's just quiet, and all you hear is the jetpack. Yeah. And then they're like, "Hey, man, use the break in here." And then all of a sudden, you just hear something, and then boom, smacks a stormtrooper on the ground. I was like, "No music there." That's it just. When Din does stuff like that, it just reassures how much he hates the Imperials and that he'll do anything to take them out, like way more than droids.
Yeah. Speaking of droids, we'll have to talk about how much he hates droids towards the end of this. Yeah.
It's going to be.
Yeah, they go up there. It's super active. Obviously, they have a whole entire base there. Like I said, this whole sequence right here is when the trailer is being wrapped up. I told you, I said, hey, look, there's one part we're missing. We're missing the scout troopers on the bike, and obviously that little jetpack scene with Mando. And then we got it within the next 5 minutes. They're all. It's active in there. It's active in there. You got stormtroopers left and right. They do show some humor side to them. They show that they're very slow up here, the stormtroopers, and a little bit, when the stormtrooper fell down and they both look at each other like this, so little stuff like that was kind of funny. But they're exploring throughout, and I think we can go right into it. What they see.
The big reveal of the show.
Yeah.
So real quick, he turns off the power generator, which is kind of like. It's a small nod to A New Hope. You turn off the power generator, the shields go down. But in this case, the lava starts to really mess up. And then, then they're like, hey, let's get out of here. I just think that's a really cool scene. Because they all the shield, whatever generators kind of look the same. They're always that round thing. You got to get into some, where an engineer just does not want to go. Then they back up and then, they enter this room. And then this part right here is where, as a Resident Evil fan, I'm a sucker for labs, man. Like just looking at scientist labs, Stranger Things, Resident Evil, any type of where a scientist is doing evil deeds, and you walk in there, and he's gone, and you just see his work, and it's like the master reveal. And Carl Weathers did such a brilliant job putting Din's mask or his helmet in front of the cloning bat.
Well, that's our reflection for this episode. If anyone in here wants to go and check that out, you see Din towards the left corner, and then the concept art for it, and then you see all the clones there. Yeah. But it's like, what is this? What is this for? Who is this? What are they cloning? And you can go ahead. Yeah.
Let's just get your thoughts on who the clone is, and then I'll put my thoughts out there, and then we'll put them together.
So we spoke about this last week. I told you that. I'm like, look, there's no way that they're going to just leave this season. They're going to leave The Mandalorian as nothing. I felt like in season 3 or season 4, they're going to tie this into the sequels. I thought that the snowy planet was going to be Starkiller Base. I was completely wrong. The planet had no significance as of now, from what we think. But I do believe these clones that you see here, somehow or another, I don't want to overthink it. I don't want to overanalyze it. But somehow or another, do they look like Snoke? Absolutely. It looks identical to Snoke. If you compare the Snoke chamber from Rise of Skywalker to this, they look identical. I'm going to tell you right now, I think it's Snoke. They mentioned they have Dr. Parshing, what's his name? They have the little hologram of it, basically saying the midichlorian.
That's good memory because I knew his name, but I just couldn't think of it, man.
And it was really funny because, before the episode started, they showed the recap. I'm like, why are they showing the recap of him? This has to be something. And they do little things like that. Like episode 2, they showed the droid. Anyway, so moving forward. So this midichlorian count, right? I think they're using the child to fuel up something larger, to fuel up either.
They're calling it the M count now, I guess, to keep the prequel haters at bay. It is what it is. It's the midichlorian count is what it is. There's no way around it. But they're calling it the M count in the Mandalorian, I guess, just to keep fans happy.
Yeah. So I believe that these midichlorians from the child is going to be used to fuel up a clone of Palpatine / Snoke, whatever the case may be. I don't want to get into what I think it is. I do think it is Snoke though. And then on top of that, what I thought really was interesting, and we'll obviously get into this later on, but towards the end of the episode, before we see Moff Gideon, you see that this officer, which by the way was really funny. Some people in the watch party said they got vibes from an Iden Versio, which was really funny. But you see this officer, and she says on the hologram to the aliens, you will be rewarded well in the new era. Yeah. The new era would be the First Order era, is what, if I'm putting 2 and 2 together, the way this time period is. So I feel like they know that the Empire is done, but they're building everything up for the First Order. And I think Moff Gideon is working for something larger. I don't think Moff Gideon is the head of all this. I think Moff Gideon is the head of what was remaining of the Empire, perhaps. But this is all for something larger. And there's what other reason, obviously the Inquisitors after episode 3 that were out to get rid of the Jedi, just to exterminate them, just to get rid of them. A lot of the Temple Guards ended up being Inquisitors themselves. For this, it's wait, what do they need? What do they need this child for?
So here's what I think, and I think we're leaning toward the same route. I just have it the roles reversed. I think it's Palpatine in there, or at least a version of him. Because in Rise of Skywalker, he says to Ben, "I created Snoke." So
Yeah.
I put that Palpatine was made first, and that Palpatine made Snoke off of his failed clones. I think Snoke is a failed Palpatine clone.
Could be. It could
and
be.
then so you have the main clone that is like, okay, I'm not gonna waste these other clones. So he makes Snoke. He just calls him Snoke or whatever. I don't even know I don't know why he named it Snoke, which is what it is. What it is. So what you're seeing is a failed clone in there that is supposed to be Palpatine. And then I think Moff Gideon, Moff Gideon's not the high power of this new order that they're making, which I believe is going to be the first order. And I think what happens is that Moff Gideon will end up failing because, I mean, the villains fell. And then Palpatine's going to be created at the end of whenever this is, 5-6 seasons or, however long it is. And then the Emperor's going to be disappointed in that. So then you have the First Order faction, and then he's like, screw all y'all. I'm going to go make the Sith eternal.
The Final Order.
The Final Order. So I think that's how it's going to go.
But I don't think we're going to get all of it this season, though. I think that's going to be.
It's going to be.
It's like, what's going to be the goal at the end of this season? Like what's going to be like the end thing? Last season it's like, yeah, we defeated what was left of it, but then like at the end we got the largest cliffhanger in almost all of Star Wars. We saw the Darksaber. Like what? You know what I mean? So like how this episode will end will be really interesting. I really agree with you. I really think that this whole entire season is going to be shifted to Corvus, this forest planet of Corvus, and there's just going to be an onslaught, a big battle, like a Phantom Menace type of like battle of on Naboo or something like that. Something crazy like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm getting.
I'm just worried that which we trust Dave and John, but they're getting to a point where there's so much going on that a lot of people that aren't as diehard fans as us and the goats in the chat they're just gonna be so lost. I feel
they're very confused. Everyone's very confused. I showed this last episode to a family member, and they're like, what's so special about her? I'm like, what are you talking about? That's Bo-Katan. Like, what's so special about her? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like little stuff like that.
So I was with a coworker the other day, and who they just watch it for fun, and they're like, he goes, what'd you think of that episode? I was like, I loved it, bro. It was awesome. I loved it. I can't be happier. And he's like, well, it's just 20 minutes and then 20 minutes of action. And he's like, what was this? What's so big deal about that one chick? And I was like, what do you mean? What's the big deal? And then I gave him the whole history of the Clone Wars and Rebels, and he's just like, oh, okay. Like, because he's not going to go back and watch the cartoon.
Yeah, exactly.
So it is what you can't avoid that, but at the same time, that's just the beginning. So if you bring in Bo-Katan, and then Ahsoka's going to be the same way. If you're not a Clone Wars fan or a Rebels fan, you're just a movie fan, and you don't play video games or read the books, when you see Ahsoka in the coming weeks, you're going to be like, who we got here?
And I think that made season 1 very special. The fact that it was so separate from all of Star Wars and it was its own thing, which I loved it. I loved it. Like, I loved that aspect a lot. Do I love it even more that like I can finally like see so many characters that I've always loved in like, in action? Absolutely. But I think what made Mando special was that it was so different, and it allowed fans from all, like, if you never watched a Star Wars movie before, you could still understand Mando. You know what I mean? Now it's kind of pushing in the direction like, if you haven't seen Clone Wars, you haven't seen Rebels, if you haven't seen this and that, go watch it. Go watch it and then come back.
That's what I have a lot of friends as well that are currently working their way through the Clone Wars. I have a couple on season 2, and there's a few on 3.
Yeah.
And then some are doing Rebels as well.
I will say this is a rumor, and you got to be careful with rumors, but supposedly the next episode is 58 minutes long, supposedly. And supposedly the title has also been revealed. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. We could do a spoiler warning in 5, 4, 3.
No.
But the title has been released supposedly, and it's everywhere. And the run time is 58 minutes supposedly. So
58 minutes is.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm believing that, but
58 minutes. It's a Dave Filoni episode.
I could see that happening. I could see that happening, and especially because it's the episode where we can put 2 and 2 together, and so
the title. We'll give them a 10-second countdown. We're gonna say the title. So mute in 10 seconds.
All right, 10, 9.
Here we go.
8. I'm so sorry if you're listening to this on iTunes. 7.
Better mute it.
6, 5, 4.
That's
3,
plenty. Do it.
1. The title of it is called The Jedi. That's what it says. It says it's called The Jedi. So,
the Jedi though?
Yeah.
She's no Jedi. I don't know, man, how it's gonna go. Maybe everybody thinks if you're a person in the Star Wars universe, anybody with a lightsaber that's not red is a Jedi. Like whether they say it or not.
But like, okay, for me though, it's like, yeah, she's not a Jedi, but like she's like the perfect definition of what a Jedi would be. That's like my 2 cents on it. Like
no, that is true.
Because the Jedi they lost their ways throughout the entire Clone Wars. So that's why that's my point of view on it. And then you even hear Bo-Katan saying it. It's like, yeah, like I can take you to a Jedi. She's over there. Like that's her. So that's the name of the title, supposedly. I don't know. I'm thinking with it, like I don't take rumors so seriously anymore. Well, who am I kidding? It's Star Wars, dude. Yeah. Like if I see something, I get excited for anything. You know, like 3 months ago when I read all the rumors, like Bo-Katan, Boba, Ahsoka, I was like, oh my god, I love that so much. But like, yeah, there's no way. They're just feeding us. And then I heard Ezra, then I heard Cal Kestis, and then I heard like the entire original trilogy is going to make their comeback for Mando. Yeah. They were messing around. They said Max Rebo is going to come into.
They brought Alden back for Han.
He's the holiday special, actually. That was really cool. But anyways, yeah. So then moving on, finally.
Din gets really paranoid because they watch a hologram.
Yeah.
Of the scientist, and he's telling, he says the M file, and then he says at the very end, he's sorry, Moff Gideon, that he needs more blood from the child.
Yeah.
And Din says this recording's old. I killed him. And then the blue guy says, nope, it's 3 days old. And then Din gets super paranoid. He's like, I have to get back. Cara Dune says, use your jetpack. And then he blasts his way out of Mos Eisley, straight out of that base, and shoots off back to the. And that's the last time we see Din.
Yeah, that's the last time we see him.
Yeah, we don't see Din for another 15 minutes after that.
And then Cara Dune, Grief Karga, and I don't even know his name. I can actually look it up right now, but I'll just call him Fish Guy. They just go into the like a little bunker, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
little transport ship. Go right off. Like as soon as they got off the cliff, I was getting Rise of the Resistance vibes. Just like the way it was like a roller coaster, how they were all going. And then Cara Dune was like, "Yeah, like come on, I got this," and everyone else was like freaking out.
Man, it looks so good. Like the scout bikes on the speeder bikes, the scout troopers, everything looked. Man, they're getting to a point now where everything looks so real. Like you don't even know if it's CGI or if they really have speeder bikes on set.
Yeah.
It's getting insane. But the speeder bike guys, they obviously can't drive. So 2 of them crashed out, and then the rest get flattened. And then the one that actually makes it, gets blasted away by Grief Karga with a turbo laser to the face. So
it was cool to see troopers again. For like a split second, but like it was cool seeing them for the little time that we
whenever they can bring back old troopers like that, it's just you just get so much nostalgia off that, and it makes everybody happy. Especially with the speeder bikes. Everybody loves those figures. Every time a speeder bike goes on sale, it sells out.
I don't know if they mentioned this, and I don't know if you know that, if you can answer this question for me. How long did they say how long this base has been around for, or did they mention that at all?
Since before like before Navarro, like before they even had I think it's been established there. It's been an Imperial hold for a while.
And again, I don't,
so at least 5 years.
Okay, you see, that's why I was like asking, because it was like, because this is obviously I'm a nerd like this, and I take pride in that. I don't care, but like I told you this in episode 1 to 3 of season 1, you saw how beat up and dirty their armor was. It looks like over here on this base, they take care of everybody. Everyone looks like they're sharp. Facility looks clean. The armor is clean. Like, what did those troopers that were like in the town of Navarro, like in that small town, like were they stranded there? Did they have to stay there? Did they go back to the base? I don't know, just like little stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like they're almost like they're outcasts.
Yeah, because
they're on the same planet. Why not you just go and get your gear? Check in your gear with the armor. The Imperial armor, let them clean your gear and then get it back.
Little things like that. I don't know. I don't know. I wonder how they and again, this is just me thinking. Like, I wonder how they like treat these like troopers, because like they say like, oh, like in episode 3, like, oh yeah, for the Empire. For the Empire means bring down the ship and take everyone with you and kill yourself take one for the team.
Yeah, so
it's like
you just reminded me. You sent me a message on Instagram with the Emperor's hologram face, and then it has the red body. And they're so loyal to the Emperor. We've seen it like 4 times this season already. When an Imperial messes up, they try to kill themselves, like it's Hell Hydra type stuff in Marvel.
Yeah.
And then those other guys did it again. They come in the room and they're standing. He's like, delete it. And then he's defending, and they couldn't delete it. So they start shooting it, and they pretty much just kill themselves that way. They knew they were going to die. They didn't even care. So I think because the Emperor is behind it somehow, and they don't want to disappoint him.
They're fighting for something still, like the Empire is gone. Like actually, like the Emperor is like they have to be holding on to something. They have to know something is coming, and this something is the new era that they mentioned.
I'll tell you, if I'm a stormtrooper and we lose the Battle of Endor,
please don't.
And then we lose Jakku, and then someone tells me, hey man, we got a new guy, Moff Gideon, and if you mess up, you just have to kill yourself. I'm gonna be like, dude, get out of here. But if they say it's the Emperor, that might entice me to do my best job ever. I'm not doing what they're doing because of Moff Gideon. So you're definitely right. There's somebody even higher than Moff Gideon, and I just don't. I mean,
why do they even need the Darksaber? How do they even get the Darksaber? Like who?
Yeah.
Oh my god! These next 4 episodes are going to be.
Are they going to?
I really hope
they're going to bring.
4 episodes are going to be insane.
Are they going to bring back Maul for a 4th time? I mean, because there's somebody
probably,
up there.
Throw in Luke, just throw in like the entire like Cantina band. Like I don't know.
Yeah, it's like
these next 4 episodes are going to be absolutely insane, and like we don't know an absolute thing about them. That's like the crazy part. Like at least like. Like as a fan, like, oh yeah, I can dissect the trailer, be a little nerd about it, dissect it, see what's up. No, we don't know anything. Like these next 4 episodes, we're going to go into their blind, and these next 4 episodes are going to be like some of the most craziest things in Star Wars, I believe. Like I really believe that this is going to we're going to leave this season like being 2 different, completely different fans after this.
You're going to be divided, I think.
Yeah,
in a good way.
That's what I'm saying. So. Moving forward, the ties come in. I love how they like.
This is the best part because you get a canyon run instead of your normal X-wings. Now you get TIE fighters.
Yeah.
So you're seeing these TIE fighters run through the canyon.
Yeah.
They're chasing after Greef and Cara Dune, and they're trying their best. And then I'm pretty sure Greef Karga takes out 1 or 2 of them, right? Or 1. He takes out 1. There's 4 ties. He takes out 1.
Yeah.
And then all hope is lost.
What I got from that? Oh my god! Now I think about it, I'm getting vibes from in The Last Jedi when they come on the Falcon and they just and Rey and Chewie come on the Falcon on Crate and they just come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Blow those things like one by one, all those ties, and then like Kylo's like blow that piece of junk out of the sky, like that little sequence right there. How they just come in and save the day out of nowhere. Like it was like a little nod to that. I feel like
whenever we do our Last Jedi breakdown, which will happen, I thought that was going to be Luke Skywalker, man. We'll just leave it at that. I was like, man, Luke is here with his X-wing, and I still got hype about that. But yeah, man. So the 3 X-wing or the 3 ties come in, and then of course they always do it. It locks on, and they're about to hit the button.
Yeah.
And then boom, the Razor Crest is fixed, and it's Din, and now we finally get to see, like Din is obviously he's an all around warrior, so he can pilot too. And we finally get. I thought before this episode, I never got the hype for the Razor Crest. I don't really care for the design too much. I think it's slow for a bounty hunter. Slave 1 is a way better ship, more practical for bounty hunting.
Yeah,
and it's not a fighter. It's like almost a freighter.
Yeah.
So I was like, how does he use like how does it mesh when he's trying to escape from a planet against fighters? And he showed very well, like, okay, I can fly this thing.
I like it, but like I think we also dislike it because we've seen it beat up so many times. So it's literally we see like Vader's ship, Kylo's TIE, and the Slave 1, of course, like is intimidating. Oh yeah, these ships are intimidating. They're sick. The Razor Crest. Yeah, we've seen the Razor Crest go through ups and downs. We've seen it like literally like falling apart in pieces. So it's like we don't even see the ship as like a, it's still a nice ship, of course, like, but it's not like a big deal like the slave.
At the beginning of this episode, it literally was the hunk of junk.
Yeah, literally.
But man, he can pilot that thing, can he? So he blows one straight up. So then it's 2-on-1, and he takes them for what I think is the best dogfight in Star Wars history. At that point, there's nothing better. Cool. It was the coolest thing I've seen.
It was cool.
And he kills that one, and then he goes up, turns his engines off, does a complete 180, and then takes that other TIE fighter head on, starts doing his he tries spinning. That's a good trick. And then Baby Yoda's in the back seat, just having a good time,
having his hands up in the air, all that fun stuff. Yeah. And
any scene with Din doing action and the Baby Yoda's in the background those are the best scenes to me.
It was cool because like in episode 2, you kind of saw like when he was doing all those stuff, like escaping the New Republic ships, the X-wings. Like you also saw like the frog lady, like you saw her reactions to like when it was flying. Now you see the child's reaction, so it's like a little cool to see both. But that was really cool, yeah. And then they're like obviously Grief Karga and Cara Dune were hyped. They're like, yeah, let's go. Like, and that was really cool. It felt like a little celebration type of thing. Like the whole crew is back. And then things calm down after that. They're on the comms. They're like, yeah, we're gonna head out. We have business to do. And I'm like, okay, cool. They got business to do. Things are going a little slower.
If you're like me, I'm going down to the ball. I'm bringing up how much time's left on the ball. Okay, we got 7 minutes. Okay.
Yeah. I was like, then they could easily knock it in. They could easily pull a Luke Skywalker, she not, something like that. They could easily pull something. Like let's keep going. And then you saw like it a little bit of slow when the pilot came up to well, first of all, they were intimidating. They were not intimidating. They were interrogating Argyle, and he was just sitting back there, like relaxing, like I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see any razor. I didn't see any Mandalorian.
With this one though, it solidifies that the blue fish guy wasn't a traitor because he says I never mentioned anything about the Razor Crest, and then the X-wing pilot says, well, you have the Razor Crest on here, but he never put the pilot's name.
Yeah,
so he never put Din's name down.
Yeah, they could have easily pulled something, but they didn't. Everything was good. They took their separate ways. And then you saw
that's it. Mithril. Yeah. I do remember Din saying that name when he comes in. That's the name of the bluefish guy.
That's his name. Okay.
Yeah. Or his species. I don't know. I don't know what he calls him.
See him again. Who knows? But and so after that, the pilot comes up to Cara Dune and is like, we could use you. And it looks like she kind of thinks about it for a second. It's kind of an emotional little moment. You see, Alderaan, from Alderaan, your people went through so much. I'm sure you lost family. She said she lost everyone. And we briefly spoke about this in season 1, and we saw this a little bit. Now with season 2, we're getting her past a little bit more.
Small plug of Star Wars Quick Clips. I have a character video of Cara Dune. And so it's revealed that she is from Alderaan, like in season 1. There's just a little brief thing with that, and she's also an ex rebel shock trooper. So she once a veteran, always a veteran. Like even no matter how much you hate, like speaking from a veteran standpoint, no matter how much you might dislike it, if there's ever a time where you're needed, there's always a little part of you that wants to go back. So when he puts the medallion down, trust me when I tell you, she's thinking about it. She wants to go back, but she's also looking, well, I have a home now. I have these students in the school. Yeah. And then they always weigh their options. And normally they don't go back unless something threatens home. Yeah. So if something happens to Navarro, she will sign up in a heartbeat.
Now, do you think we're going to get something within the next 4 episodes? Do you think we're going to get something like a parallel between, obviously, okay. And I'm just using it as an example, but, we saw in The Last Jedi, you saw the event, you saw Finn and Rose on one side, and you saw Rey everyone else, Rey training with Luke on the other. Do you think we're going to get like a split type of thing where it's like Mando, the child are on Corvus, and then there's a lot of stuff happening, like coming down on Navarro or something like that?
Yeah, because Moff Gideon, as much as he wants Din and the child, he's not going to allow the Imperial stronghold in Navarro be destroyed like that without repercussions. So I imagine within the next 2 episodes, he'll send okay, so let's just do the reveal and then I'll get into that. So at the very end of the episode, you have the Iden Versio looking girl
Yeah.
I'll say the new era, and we talked about that. And then she goes to this other room. Door opens. Moff Gideon's in there, and then she confirms that Din still has the child. And he goes, "Cool, we will be prepared." And then it pans out, and immediately off my little phone that I'm watching because I was at work, I was like, "Those are Dark Troopers." 100. I just knew it, and then we confirmed it. Yeah. So a Dark Trooper is a droid, a much bigger version than a B2 battle droid, and it's shaped like a stormtrooper.
Mando hates droids.
Yeah, Mando hates droids, and I think Moff Gideon did that on purpose. Like he's studied him big time. Like he knows exactly his weaknesses and stuff. So the Dark Troopers are made for a special purpose to root out Din and to destroy people. So how do you unleash them? You send them to Navarro for payback. So I expect in the next couple episodes they send the Dark Force. I say Dark Forces because that's where they came from. The Dark Force video game. But they send the Dark Troopers there, and then Cara Dune is. I'm leaning towards they kill off Grief Karga in this, and Cara Dune survives.
But what about don't you think they would send them towards Corvus to track down Mando? Like I know they want to hit home for Mando, and maybe lure him, but why else would they put a tracking beacon on the track where he's at?
He's going to. I would assume just strategy, man. You don't know what's at Corvus. You just know the Raiders of the Crest is there. But you do know that he has allies on Navarro, and you can root him out. Yeah. Maybe he leaves the child with Ahsoka on Corvus. He's like, okay, I don't trust you, but you are obviously a Force user. So you watch the child. I have to go save my friends. He goes back. Then he attacks Corvus, and now Din's alone in the galaxy. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what's going on. I mean, there's a lot of different routes. Mm-hmm. But man, it's all routes are good routes. I think it's all an epic storyline.
Yeah. If the rumors are true, this next episode will probably be not only the longest, but the most. God, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. I think the ending was perfect. I think the ending was absolutely perfect. I'm kind of glad that we didn't see her at the end because if we saw her, I would have been obviously so happy and stuff like that. But it keeps me on edge. It keeps me wanting more and more and more. And now I'm so excited for next week. I don't think we'll not see her next week. I think we definitely will see her next week. Now I'm 100% certain on it. I really think if the rumors are true, the name of the episode, the runtime, the fact that it's directed by Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni's not going to just direct any random episode.
Yeah,
he's going to take full control. This is the character he made. This is the character he built. George Lucas and him. He's the
kills. Just when you said Dave's directing it, I'm like, oh my gosh, man, I can't. Brain even. This is his episode. This is his character. He will protect this character with everything he has. He's not going to let anybody else mess with it. You know what I mean? He's going to be hovering over this character. So 100%, she will be in it the next episode if he is directing it. Yeah, I have no doubt about that. And I'm almost leaning towards it's going to be a quiet episode as far as action wise. I think it's going to be a lot of talk, man, and that's a good thing. I think we're going to get a lot of dialogue. I think they're not going to put Ahsoka in this if she was they announced Ahsoka's in it and now she's deaf. They're keeping her in it now. And if she would have failed the test runs in filming, okay, we just can't do it. It's hard to get her live action right. They would have canceled it. But because they didn't cancel it, somebody in there that worked well.
Trust in Filoni and trust in Jon Favreau because they have never they've never let us down. They've never let us down. So, and I don't think he's just gonna this. He's very overprotective of this character. He has a strong relationship with Ashley Eckstein, who's the voice actress of Ahsoka, and they have a very good friendship outside of filming and stuff like that. So things are gonna be okay. The fact of how she will look is gonna leave me speechless. My jaw's gonna drop. I don't even know how she's gonna look. We don't know anything, but it's gonna be fine. Whether or not we see a lot of action next episode, I have no idea. I think they're gonna do something similar to season 1, how they kind of tied in. Episode 7 and episode 8 of last season. It's kind of one large episode if you kind of think about it. You know what I mean? I think they're gonna do it with this season. They're gonna have some Battle of Corvus, something intense like that, and they're just gonna tie in the episodes to make it feel like one big one. And I think we're going to get a lot of action because that's kind of the route that they took last season. Episodes 1 through 6, we saw all these different journeys, whatever. And then end of 6, 7, and 8 was all one. That was oh yeah, this is action. This is all towards the end. You feel it coming toward an end. Mm-hmm. So I feel like we're gonna get something similar to that, just like on a whole other level, longer.
What would you do? What would you do if this next episode they don't have Din at all, and they start on Corvus, and you just get a full Ahsoka episode, like straight up, just Ahsoka, like you see like footsteps walking on the bottom of the screen, and then it pans out, and then you get a whole backstory of Ahsoka, and then at the very end, the door opens and Din is holding the child, and she's like, I felt your presence in the Force, you know. I mean, because 58 minutes, Dave Filoni. I don't know. I just wish I could work the Thursday.
I'm shutting off the stream. I'm shutting off the screen or whatever. I'm going to Battlefront 2.
You can't even participate in your watch parties in that because you'd just be like, okay, I gotta focus. I have to turn it off and just.
Oh my god, I'm gonna lose it regardless. I know I'm gonna lose it regardless, but like something like that, like, and you see it like from her perspective or something like that. Like, yeah, like, who are you? Like, this is our perspective, you know? Oh my god. Like, you're getting my mind, like, stop. See, this is why you can't do this. This is why you can't do this. This is why you can't do this in Star Wars, because now you, like, want me. Now I want to have it, and I'm not going to get it. So, stop.
Well, I have to say these things because eventually Dave Filoni will watch these rebroadcasts, and then they'll bring me on the team.
Yeah, of course.
Man, he's so right, man. I should have done that instead of this episode I gave everybody.
Absolutely.
So I'm just trying to, like, build my resume here, man.
Oh, no, absolutely. Rightfully so.
So with that, man, really all we're talking about is just what ifs at this point. So we're done. We rehashed this episode. If you haven't watched it, well, now you have because we just told you everything.
This is like the exact duration. We passed the duration of the episode already.
Yeah. So we'll. Yeah, we're right. Yeah, we have. So we have the Bo-Katan giveaway.
So if audio listeners on iTunes, Spotify, whatever the case may be, this is the end of the podcast right now. So that is it for that. So in terms of the giveaway now, all you have to do is just say the word giveaway. We'll do it similar to how we do it on stream. Warrior Nerd and I, both same concept. If you just say the word giveaway in the stream right now, you will put your name in for a chance to win a Bo-Katan Funko Pop. And I will get this name of Wheels.
Yeah, while you're doing that, since the podcast is officially over, we're going to go into streamer mode, and I'm going to start talking to chat.
Yeah, but you should also, once we do the giveaway, you have a very big surprise. You have
right before that giveaway, I'll show the surprise.
You have a very big surprise.
Yeah.
Let me, hold on.
Let's see here. Yeah,
So don't share the screen yet. Hold on. Give me one second.
You're good. You're good. Yeah, so what the keywords giveaway, is that what they're typing?
Just say we should say Bo-Katan. No, okay.
Yeah, because chat's moving fast. Guys, only type giveaway once. Powerful Quibs. What's up, buddy? Liam, what's up, my dude? Powerful Sergeant. Powerful Poison Oxy. Guys, if you're trying to be first, Poison Oxy's first, man. He pops in at like an hour before and says what's up and then leaves and then comes back. So he's destroying y'all. Whisper, what's up? Hope you're doing well today. Hope work's been going good. Nate, what's up, my dude? Travis, I've seen you. Speaking in all caps, but he can't post in caps on the giveaway. Austin Murray, man. I was super happy I got to raid you the other day, man. You killed it on the raid, dude. I hope you got your affiliate with that, man. You deserve it, buddy. The Powerful Chin, a.k.a. UT Toy fan, my dude.
Very powerful. Very powerful.
Drew Miller, what's up, man? A lot of goats in here. I want to slot underneath that giveaway. I shouldn't have said that out loud. Trav, man, you're messing this up, dude. Liam, what's up, my dude? You said you're sniping in co-op. Insomnia says, I'm a Serp simp. Fair enough. I am too. Serpent, did you get me in the giveaway? Says Poison Oxy.
Dang,
when Warrior skips you, Boston Austin, man. I'm sorry I failed you, my brother. Boston Austin. Here, I got something for you, man. You see this? It's a purple kyber crystal, my friend. And you know what purple kyber crystals do? They have a very famous Jedi that speaks. We got a few minutes to kill.
I think I got everybody.
I got a purple, a yellow, and the white one, of course. All right, Boston Austin, this one's for you since I skipped you.
The Jedi Code forbids emotional attachments to individuals, but it's wrong to say we are not allowed to care. Rather, we care about a principle larger than any one person.
Very powerful. I'll read down the names. You guys just let me know. Make sure we got them all right. Yeah, you can share the screen if you like.
Yeah, I got you.
This will be for the Bo-Katan Funko Pop.
There we go.
Okay, sick. Liam, Drew, Trav, Austin Murray, Kibbs, Austin. Oh, another Austin. Yeah.
There's two Austins, yeah.
Nate's Shine Darkly, Whisper, Sergeant Gaming, Shien, Poison Oxley, and Insomnia. We should have everybody. Should be good to go.
You have
Insomnia, yeah, you're in.
Seconds. Yeah, is Insomnia in there? Yeah, dude.
Got everybody. Nate's, I said, yeah, okay. So like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Yeah, we're good. Okay, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right.
Who's it gonna be? Drum roll. Oh.
Perfect. Poison
Mr. Number One, he's always in here. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. Every time I make the lobby, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll come in here and sit, and I'll come back, and Poison Oxy always types in something like, "Hey, what's up, guys? I'm here." So powerful, Poison Oxy, man. Congrats, buddy.
That's it. Congratulations.
All right, so
I'll send those details out to you.
So there's 18 of you in here. All right, so we keep in mind what I'm about to
go.
I got to get to the other screen.
Yeah.
All right, so guys, real quick, we super respect you guys. We love every single one of you that come in here, whether it be in stream, whether it be on YouTube comments, whether it just be in our Discord chatting with us. So we had to figure out a way to give back, and I went on a mission this weekend, and we decided that we'd get a pretty cool prize. So we do not know the details of this giveaway, but we do know it'll be on whatever the last episode is for Mandalorian, the following podcast. So let's say the premiere is tomorrow, the finale of Mandalorian's tomorrow. It'd be the following day. So 24 hours or so that Saturday, like a normal. So here's what it's going to be. We got the Skywalker Legacy Saber that will be given away to one lucky Jedi out there. So
that's powerful. That's very powerful.
So I don't think anybody in the game is giving away stuff like that. So that's just shows you how much you guys mean to us. And we like giving the Funkos away, and I like giving away as much as I can. He did a Squadrons giveaway. I did a Squadrons giveaway, but to possess the lightsaber of the whole saga, I think is a good way to give back to the community. And we talked about it. We were originally going to do Jedi Holocrons, but this is so much better. So we hope you guys love it. We hope somebody that deserves it gets it, and we'll figure out how to make that happen. Okay. Do you have anything else after that?
That's it for me.
All right, man. That is it for me. May the force be with you all. And real quick. I'll be back to streaming on Tuesday. Your next stream is when?
Tomorrow.
So he'll be there. I'll be in Magic Kingdom tomorrow, so I'll miss your stream, man.
Don't worry about it. One of the cool mods that actually was just downloaded, they got Bo-Katan's voice lines from Mando and put it into the mod. So now there's
those mods are just getting better and
so
better.
You can actually have her saying like, "Hey, put some tea up. We'll be up in a minute." You have her saying like, "Oh, this armor has been in my family for 3 generations." So yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. So, all right, man. Everybody will see you tomorrow on the stream, and I'll see the Revan Knights Tuesday for Couture Tuesday. Peace.